Now that it's a day or two after Easter, there was a little chord substitution or free harmonization passage that I saw in Christ the Lord is Risen Today, a popular Easter hymn. I wondered if you all maybe had seen it used before. This is not something that I came up with. It's something I have heard from somewhere, though I do not remember from whence it came. So the melody, we're in C major, no sharps, no flats. Christ the Lord is risen today, right out of the hymn book. Straightforward and simple melody. And what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to memorize the melody for that hymn, and so that you just have it ready to be called upon in your brain power when needed. So after you have that melody, then you can work on the chords that follow. So characteristically, the chords would go C major, Christ the Lord is risen, F, G major, and it's very simple form. That's what you'd have. So now you may in your church, or you may have been in a church where they use free harmonization. For instance, maybe the choir would sing a verse, then the congregation would join, or maybe they would have everyone singing in unison, which is just one part as one voice, though there are many voices together. You just all sing the melody on a verse, and then maybe on another verse you would split into different parts. And usually on the last verse, after everyone has sung through the hymn, whatever it may be, and they get very comfortable with hearing it and singing it, usually on the last verse, the pianist or organist would open up for free harmonization, which means the free harmonization from the instrumentalist would need to be done with all of the voices singing one part, or all of the voices singing melody, so that there's only one note being sung, while the other chords that are substituted have that one note inside each of the chords, and it acts as a support while offering a different variety of sounds and chord tones in the harmonization, free harmonization, which means it has more movement, more ability to be free to move in different chords rather than the set structured written chords in the hymn book. So with that as a backdrop, there was a place in here, and always, if you would like to have more information on this, just email me at pianoryland@gmail.com, and I can try my best to answer some questions, or maybe do another video for you on any of this subject matter that you would like me to talk a little more about. Chord substitutions in Christ the Lord is Risen Today. At one point, if all the voices are singing as one, or you're having a soloist, there is a point where you can insert, instead of C major, you can use A minor. We've talked a little bit about this, and you see why it works that way. C major has a relative minor, and the relative minor is A minor. And you can also use an A minor 7. The reason that they work so well together is because they're comprised of very similar notes. C major has C, E, and G. A minor has A, C, and E. And if you want to do an A minor 7, then you have your A, C, E, and G, and they're all together related. So there is a point, Christ the Lord is, you can substitute in the A minor. You always have to have the melody, and the melody must never be sacrificed. It must be clear and able to be heard and discerned by those singing, so that they can stay right with you in the chord substitution. So Christ the Lord, C, E, G, you have to have that. So substitute in, let's try this, the A minor for Christ. So Christ the Lord, so we're right here. A minor, Christ, A, C, and E. Then the next word is the, Christ, the. There's Christ, here's the, your E natural. Now, just move into a flat augmented 5. So your A flat augmented is your next chord. You've got A minor, A flat augmented, which is A flat, C natural, E natural, Christ, the Lord. So Lord is this next chord. Okay. And so that chord is going to be a G minor, G minor, G, B flat, D natural, G natural. Christ the Lord, Lord is G minor. And then Christ the Lord is, here's the next chord. And you can actually, hope you can see my finger way over there. It would be F sharp flat 5, because you have F sharp here, then you have E natural, then you have the 10th, which is B flat, and then you can use it as sharp 11 or a flat 5. I think this is how you can use it either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So we've got F sharp, E natural, B flat, C natural, and it resolves all down finally to F. So listen through it to it one time. Christ, the Lord is risen today. A. All right, so just listen to it. And all you have right there is a G chord over an F. All right, so A minor, Christ, A flat augmented, the, G minor is Lord, Lord, F sharp flat 5, is, risen is F major, risen, today, A, so it has 2 parts, day, A, resolves. So you have the G chord, so that's just G in first inversion. So, and then that's all over F. there's a little sample of what's to come. Let me know if you like it. pianoryland@gmail.com. Questions and comments. It's not the only way, it's merely a way of looking at some of the chord substitutions and free harmonization in Christ the Lord is risen today.